What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Yes, I know I have not posted in a while, and once again, there's a reason for that. I will mention that in a minute, but yeah, right now I kind of wanted to get into what this video is about because it is very special. Now, a lot of you who have been longtime fans of my channel will know that I posted a video where I showed off a chima set of my own called General Args Alligator Walker. Well, I have since made a refurbishment of it. So this is a complete remake. I have completely redone it, though you will see a lot of the similar features of it. And I've also made some stuff to go with it. However, I have still kept the character included the same. You can see him right in there. But, I want to say, almost all this, I remade all this vehicle, but, it does have some similarities, but we will get to that in a minute. But first off, I want to go ahead and say why I haven't been posting that much recently. So a few things. Number one, I have, for some reason, just kept getting sick for no reason. And I really have not had a reason to get sick, because I haven't been around anything. I don't have allergies, really, except for medication allergies, apparently. Yeah, that's a thing for me. And so, I don't know why I keep getting sick, but I do. So, number one, if I randomly sneeze in the video, that's why. And I know it's dumb. Yeah, I know that, but, there's not much I can do about that. But either way, yeah, I've just kept getting sick randomly. But also, I was ready for summer vacation, which, if you didn't know, I am once again going on vacation this summer. However, I think I've mentioned this once before. I think I said once before that my parents weren't planning it before the summer arrived, and I think I said that it would come back to bite them eventually. It did. So now we have to, wait a little while before we can go. We're still gonna go. In fact, we're actually gonna be going to two different places, and we're actually going back to Indiana once again, which I'm actually really excited about. But then second of all, we're actually going to be taking a little trip to Louisiana, which I am very excited to go to, because if you guys know my channel, then you know I love alligator states, so this is going to be the exact trip for me. But yeah, we've had to kind of postpone that because of, well, my parents didn't plan when they should, and it ultimately came back to be a decision that they regretted. However, we're getting everything figured out, and we're probably going to be going, I want to say this July, we're going to be going on both trips. So, either way, yeah, you're probably not going to get any videos, on either trip, because, it's kind of a big deal for both trips. But I may post in between, because, I have been making plans to potentially go back to YouTube movie nights. And I've been having some ideas for that I think okay, yeah, I do believe I posted some of these on my Facebook page, which is another thing I'll talk about. But yeah, I've been thinking about going back to that. And guys, let me know if you want me to continue those, because those have actually been some of my most popular videos ever. So I've really been thinking about going back to them, and I think you guys would certainly like it, so just let me know in the comments if you want me to. And of course I will do it, but also, I also need to mention this. This has also been, the end of the school year has been quite the end of the school year for me, because, I actually have been writing on Wattpad recently. I've announced this specifically in its own video, but pretty much, I actually made a Monster High story called Monster High Creature Island, and so far, it looks like it's already doing pretty well, despite the fact that I only posted it, a little while ago. Like I say, I want to say, probably a month and a half ago I posted it. But yeah, so, if you guys have Wattpad, or if you guys have an account, go ahead and hop on Wattpad and go read that, because I want some more support on that, because so far, once again, it's doing really well, despite the fact that I've only posted it, I want to say, a month and a half ago. So yeah, go over to Wattpad if you have it, and go give that a read, because it's actually a really interesting read, if I do say so myself. But yeah, and if you hear me clearing my throat often, or if I have to pause to clear it, that's once again because like I keep getting sick randomly, and it's like it's really dumb. But either way, I also need to mention this because I am actually getting back to Legends of Chima, which is actually something my channel was. I don't know what the exact terminology would be, because it's not founded on. I know that's not a proper term for it. Like, I want to say my channel was made with the intention of delivering Legends of Chima content. Because, like, I loved that show when I was growing up. Like, I'll tell you, it was that and Jurassic Park. That was my childhood. So yeah, I'm really happy that I'm coming back to this, and I'm really happy that I'm really starting to beef up my collection, especially my crocodiles and wolves, which I am actually currently working on some. Oh snap! I had the word in my head. What the heck? What's the word? Hold on, let me think. Mods. There we go. Some mods for the crocodile tribe. And in fact, for the crocodiles in particular, I actually have one that's almost done. I just have to like get a few more pieces for it. I will be probably showing all that off in like one big video. But once again, I am going to be coming back to a lot of Legends of Chima content, but aside from showing off custom characters and sets, I also kind of want to know from you guys if you want me to show off my fan art, because I actually have made a bit of Legends of Chima fan art, as you've seen, if you have seen my video of my Crystal Winter and Sir Fangar ship, then you know I've made some fan art of them. But I've actually been making a bit of Legends of Chima fan art, so if you guys want to see that, let me know, because I will certainly show it off to you guys if you want. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the set. So General Args Alligator Walker is like the main vehicle for the Alligator tribe, who I have dubbed the Crocodile's sister tribe, since they are so similar to the crocodiles in aesthetic and design. And in particular, this one is controlled by their leader, General Arg, who is right in there. But before I get to that cool bit, I want to go ahead and start at the head, because like the head is like the mainstay of most Chima vehicles, and it is certainly impressive on here, because like I don't know exactly what this piece is called. I just randomly like I got it when someone like got me a box of Lego pieces. This piece was in here, and the minute I like dug it out, I thought this would be perfect to go on this walker. Because like it's rounded like an alligator head. It just works perfectly. So yeah, I went ahead and used this. And go ahead and leave me the name of this piece in the comments down below, because once again, I don't know the exact name of it currently. But one thing that it really does is it really makes the head look nice, especially from the top. Like, it's got that rounded alligator look, and then also gave it like a snout with this little piece here. Used some sloping to give it like some sloping atop its eyes. Then also added some like pieces to give it some texture, like this little beak piece here and this little part here. I added a lot of pieces to this thing to make it look more rugged, like Chima vehicles usually do, and you'll see that a lot throughout this. But I also want to go ahead and point out this bit. You may have noticed this little open bit and think, what is that for? Those are a bunch of hinges, because I actually made this version with an opening jaw, and it opens pretty wide. Like the bottom jaw can't move, it's completely fixed, but like the top jaw can open quite a bit. And you can see in there. I actually put some red detail in there, like I've seen on other crocodile vehicles. And you can see all the teeth in there. It actually looks really good. I'm really happy how this turned out. And once again, just like the look of it is great, the function is great because of how wide it opens. And I also used several different kinds of teeth pieces, which is something that, again, is carried over from the crocodile tribe. As you can see, I've got multiple different styles. I've got this one little slope piece here. I've got some Mixels pieces, some of these little tooth pieces here. I've got just like I believe, like 4 or 5 different kinds of pieces here used for the teeth. And it looks really nice, though the teeth do admittedly stick out a bit more on the top jaw, which is an unintended perfect detail, because like when alligators like close their mouths, you can actually only see their top teeth. You can't see their bottom teeth. And the fact that this thing has the head of an alligator and its top teeth stick out is like an accidental perfect detail. And it's actually one that I really dig. But also, you can't really see it here, but you can definitely see it down here. I did go with the translucent red because, like, once again, this is a crocodile ally, given that this is their sister tribe, and the crocodiles used transparent red, and that also leads me into something that I will be talking about a bit, and it's called Chima Realm Wars. Like, pretty much in there, you have the alliance of crocodiles, wolves, and ravens again. However, you also have the alligators, who have joined because of the crocodiles. And the colors are swapped. So you're going to see the bad guys, because I have a little bad guy build over here. There we go. There's my hand in camera. And they have a really interesting translucent color that I really don't think has been used too frequently anywhere else, but like the colors are actually a really nice color swap, because like the allies in this case have translucent red, and in reality they're the good guys, yet they have translucent red. So it's actually a really nice little color swap there. And I used that for these little flick fire missiles and for the eyes, although you can kind of see it in the eyes. But other than that, yeah, I just wanted to show off this new head because, like, this new head looks great, and I definitely prefer it to the old one. Then moving down here, I added some newer ball joints to the legs here, and I also added these pieces on it, once again to add more detail. And of course, there's the little flick fire missiles on the feet, which, let me see if I can get this one to shoot out. Nope, that didn't. Yeah, and that one didn't catch on camera. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, once again, it shoots pretty nicely. And of course, these are basic little additions. And they will come into a greater use in a minute when I show you a feature that I carried over from this. Meanwhile, the other legs still have this little part. But then I also used a lot of these, like, graded slope pieces. And let me get up. Whoops. Let me get up higher so I can, like, show you all this. I used a lot of graded slopes on here. And once again, that's just to make it more rugged and spiky. And it works out really nicely. I even put 2 of them on the legs, and I also put a normal grate piece on this little stick out piece right here. And I also really dig, like, this piece that sticks out coming up to the little roll cage. Actually looks really nice. And of course there's the chi crystal to operate it. And same thing as the original, you have the weapons stored up here. So you have General Args will, oh, I forget what that's, oh, dagger, there we go. Once again, the words are kind of escaping me today, and I don't know why. Probably because I'm still a bit sick, but yeah, you got his little dagger there, and you've got his staff Fangius, which I still dig. It's still a really cool weapon to me. And then you've got General Arg himself, who is, once again, inside this little roll cage, and this does open up. It's got these, like, little leg pieces here. It just opens up like that. I'll go ahead and take General Arg out of there for a minute, because I will show you him separately. But also to look inside there, there is a little piece in there with a sticker on it for a control panel, and his legs actually tuck in under there when you put him in. I also left these little parts on the sides open for his arms. You've got another really, like, nice, like, piece here. And once again, I really dig the look of this like roll cage part. It actually looks really nice. Then I also really like the stance of this thing with how wide its legs are. It's like crocodilians, they tend to have their legs like stretched outwards from their body. So that's really nice, although there is like a strange like little part that like splits off there. Though that will have a use, once again, coming up later. Then you get to its very long tail, which is completely made up of Mixel's ball joints. And as you can see, you could really curve that tail around. But one other thing I like about this thing is that I put black T-slopes all the way down the tail. And the reason I did that is because, like, in a lot of Chima sets, or in LEGO sets in general, you'll get a lot of pieces that they just kind of throw in black because they don't want to make it in, like, a new piece or a new color. So that's why I chose a lot of these, like, extra black parts to, make that black color, like, to where it's, like, more consistent, really. I guess that's the term. Because, like, I don't want to have, like, just some, like, random black bits and just have, like, the rest being mostly brown. So, this is actually a really nice way to fill out the colors. Plus, I've also done a bit of that with the little splashes of light gray. And as well as that, I have the bits of dark gray. But then, there's also one of the other things about this, and that's the fact that I actually gave it a proper underbelly. And it's completely made up of tan parts with the exception of these little bits, of which I don't have the pieces to fill yet. But so far, the underbelly is actually really nice, especially since it's actually like a tannish color, like an actual alligator belly. And once again, I gotta say, I really dig this redesign of the vehicle. Like, it's got all the same features of it, but it just looks nicer. And it looks more rugged, it looks meaner like all the Chima vehicles do. It's just really nice. Once again, I really dig this redesign. And there's a lot of things I prefer over the original, like the fact that the little roll cage, I prefer the head, the like underbelly on it, and the fact that I made all the black and grays more consistent. But now we also have to move on to a crucial feature of this that I actually saved, and that is the transformation feature, which, yes, I actually did keep the transformation feature on this. And that's actually the reason for these back legs here. And now let me just find something to prop this camera up, and we will go through that transformation. Alright, hopefully that will suffice. So, first thing you need to do is, like, you really need to turn these legs to where they're, like, out like that. Then you see that, like, these little studs here. You're just going to, once again, you gotta really turn this. Just gotta clip it into there. Let me see if it will turn. There we go. See, it just tabs in right there. And I'll do that for the other side. There we go. And, like, these, like, now that they're attached like this, they kind of look like pontoons, which is actually really neat. And now for the front legs. The front legs, because of this newer ball joint piece that I added on there, they do work a bit differently, so let me just go ahead and show you. Number one, this just kind of sweeps back, and then you, like, turn your foot. Oh yeah, so you got to rotate this to where the leg is completely backwards. Then as for the foot, you tuck it up like this to where the... Oh, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this on camera, There you go. You want to tuck it into where the little translucent red bit is tucked under the underbelly. Let me just straighten that out, and I'll go ahead and do the other leg. So yeah, both little red pieces are underneath it. And once again, we have a boat, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, this actually turns into a halfway decent looking boat. So now let me get my stand out of here. So yeah, looking at the boat, we pretty much just have its legs tucked in, and it looks noticeably thinner. Oh, and that, of course, that came off. But yeah, it looks noticeably tucked in and noticeably thinner. But one thing about this is, of course, the legs were different because now you can't hold them around the top jaw because of the restriction of that joint. But now, if you want to deploy the missile, you can literally just turn foot like that and fire. And it actually shoots off much easier. In fact, let me go ahead and get it on camera again, because that was actually a really nice little shot. Yeah. So that actually works pretty well. And it's actually a neat little play feature there. So let me just fold this back up. There we go. And as you can see, with like the little holes made into these pieces, it kind of fits in. But then you have another little piece here that I need to explain. That's this, which you come out, and that's like a little thing for, say, the driver to, or the operator to stand on as they're coming out. So you have General Arg, who just stands right there, and then he just sort of plops down. And you have those on either side. But yeah, I kept the transformation feature, and it is once again really nice. And as you can see, it untransforms just like so. However, I also want to caution this little bit, because with the way that you got to attach this little bit and unattach it, this may like come off, like it may just like do that. So I always, after I remove that, just like push it in so that it stays connected. Just a little advice if you want to build this for yourselves. But yeah, now I suppose I will go over the articulation for this thing, of which you already saw the jaw, you already saw the little bits for the roll cage, and of course these little bits, but the legs, back about that far, forwards about that far, and they can go really high up if you want them to. Then you also have a actually a really nice angle pivot. Oh crap, hold on. Okay, I actually decided to bring in the stand for this. Like, once again, the foot can go back about that far, forwards about that far, and can rotate all the way around. Same with this joint, you can rotate all the way around. And that's the same for both legs. Now, this back leg actually has a bit more articulation, and I found that it's actually necessary to have two joints in here for the transformation feature. So you have the first joint, which allows you to rotate to go back, forth, as well as up and down. You have this joint, allows it to rotate, go back and forth, and left and right. Then the foot itself, camera, stay up here now, can go back, not too much forward because of this piece, but it also can rotate all the way around. Whoops. Yeah, and there goes my camera. And then finally, the tail has like a ton of ball joints, so like once again, you can really curve that tail end. I can imagine people like making a stop motion with this thing, like having this tail like moving from side to side to side like a real alligator tail. So having this much articulation in it is really good for like stop motion makers. And it's a really nice like little feature. But once again, that is General Arg's Alligator Walker, and it is a really neat vehicle, and I actually really like it. I love this as the main vehicle of the Alligator tribe and for General Arg, who I'll show you in a minute. But we also have to show you the contender for the Walker. Now, this is something that I haven't made a character for yet, because the tribe that this belongs to is so unique that I would have to make like entirely like I would have to like modify molds, which I didn't have to do with General Arg actually, though I did have to modify it a bit because I had to put all sorts of pieces together for him. But this actually belongs to the Hyena tribe and is one of their many cannons. And of course, in Realm Wars, there's actually an alliance similar to the Axis powers of World War II. So you have Amazonian river dolphins, which represent Italy. You have Komodo dragons, which represent Germany. And you have the Hyena tribe, to which this belongs to, which represents Japan, who is also ruled by an emperor, as it has it. Which I actually didn't mean to make Hinsei an emperor just to make them like Japan at first, but like it actually just kind of turned out that way. But this is one of several cannons that they deploy, and it's actually on wheels, so it's a bit like cannons from like the Napoleonic Wars. You just roll like this. And it actually has a really interesting look to it, because like you've got the seat in there with the little chi crystal, you've got the cannon there, these big wheels, and back here you have like a little tail structure, and it has actually like a little tail piece that can like fold off. And I found that this thing actually balances quite well, but if you need to, you can also bring this out and it balances it even more. And it actually helps with it aiming a bit. But I also want to show you the underside, because if you notice, there are actually some translucent blue pieces in here, of which transparent blue is a color that hasn't really been used by LEGO all that much. However, it is actually the main translucent color of the Carnivier, is what the Alliance is called. Which I know is going to make their builds very unique, because once again, we haven't really had sets that focused on having transparent blue. So, at least the, like, normal blue. Like, we've had a ton of sets that use light blue. We haven't really had that many that have focused on the darker blue color. So, that's going to be really interesting to see. But one last thing I wanted to show you as well is that this is actually on a ball joint, so you can actually adjust it a bit. So you can adjust it down. Say if you're like on like the top of a like hill and your enemies are down below, you can maneuver this to where it can shoot down below. You can tilt it up, you can tilt it side to side, and it's actually a really nice little feature there to be able to actually aim appropriately, which is something that you couldn't do with cannons that are on wheels normally. But it's actually like, once again, it's like a really nice little thing actually, and I actually quite like it. And because it's so basic and maneuverable, I imagine the Hyena tribe would have a lot of these. But yeah, this is actually really nice. And once again, the Hyena tribe, I swear, because once again, because of that transparent blue and because of the fact that they're hyenas, that's gonna take a long time to make. So yeah, let's just say that. But once again, I will eventually make those, because I'm thinking about writing Wattpad on, or writing Realm Wars onto Wattpad eventually. So yeah, I will eventually be making that a completed tribe, just like I am doing with the alligators. And one more thing, I have some Carnivier stick grenades, which are based off of like the stick grenade design from World War II. As you can see, they are also really nice because of that little translucent blue piece. And I actually have 2 of them here. And they're actually really nice looking, despite them being made of only 2 pieces. Meanwhile, here is General Arg, leader of the Alligator tribe, and once again, he looks really cool. I really like how this guy turned out with his like little belt there with his chains and ropes, his little wolf tail there, like his little wolf tail accessory. Once again, I love his staff. It looks really cool. And his completely black outfit. He looks awesome, and it's even better that I have a reuse of Crominus's headpiece on here that gives him the golden crown-like piece, as well as the golden teeth. He looks awesome, and I really dig this character. Unfortunately, there's no printing on the back of this, because I believe like this torso was like a Star Wars guard, I believe, like an Empire guard. But like, once again, like, just like the look of this guy is awesome. I love this character, and I really love the look of him. I love his aesthetics, and once again, the weapon on him is awesome. At least this weapon I also have. Let me go ahead and just grab that. His dagger. So yeah. And that is going to do it for this video. So let me know what you guys think about this set in the comments down below, and if I should keep working on this kind of stuff. And as always, I will see you in the next video.